YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell every time I post up new content. So today, uh, is June 19th or Juneteenth, right? And apparently, that today has been classified as a national holiday by the powers that shouldn't be, right? And I already know black folks, and yes, I called y'all black folks. Y'all just probably dancing up and down like you done won the fucking lottery, right? But I'm gonna tell you something about Juneteenth. And I actually really did a show like this last year, right? Pretty much saying the exact same thing that I'm gonna say right now, right? But I'm gonna throw in some other little stuff in there, because again, as a teacher, right, you have to be you have to prepare to be repetitious, to actually really to go over the same thing over and over and over, where that the masses or the group of people that you actually really trying to teach will actually really get what it is, whatever it is that you trying to say, regardless of subject. So that being said, right, and I'm just gonna start off like this, right? Uh, there was a show that used to come on back in the day called "That's My Mama," and it was just one episode on there where that one of the one of the main characters, Junior, was in school. He was going to college or whatever, and so basically he was saying, "Hey, look, all of the benefits of going to college or whatever." Which again, you have to really go and look at it now. Okay, you can go to college, get a degree, and still not get a job. Now you up to your neck and doggone student loans because of the bullshit that they portrayed on television. You say, hey, go to school, go to college, get you a degree, get a job. So you do all that, get the student loan. Now, now you just got a piece of bullshit paper in your hand, but you ain't got no job, or at least the job that you think that you was gonna get, right? And now, again, like I said, you're up to your neck in doggone student loans. But in other case, they was, when you go to college, you're supposed to make change and all this kind of stuff. So he was just like, hey, the student council resolution, the student council is going to do something that's going to be the betterment for all mankind. So Earl said, all right. So he's like, so then Julia said, yeah, we're going to make Isaac Hayes' birthday a national holiday, right? And so Earl says, so a national holiday for a bald dude who dresses in chains. So Julia was like, why not? He's a together black musician. Besides, he wrote the song. He wrote the song that best describes what we all getting. Shaft, right? So again, here it is. The powers that be, or the powers that shouldn't be, right? That made something out of a national holiday that for the most part, you really don't have no evidence of it actually really even taking place. Because just like I said, they done found dinosaur bones, they done found Noah's Ark, they done found the North Pole, South Pole, you know, all these discoveries that they ain't found not now slave ship. Not now slave ship. But slavery happened, right? And then it's just for the, and see, here's another thing too, right? Just like I said, you ain't necessarily got to hear it from me. But if you actually really wanted it, probably like a lot, you know, for it to be more detailed, then go check out my man Dane Calloway. He'll pretty much tell you the exact same thing what I'm telling you. The only difference, he ain't gonna call you an ignorant motherfucker like I do, right? But but the thing about it though is that here's the deal, people. Again, people always holler about black folks, so-called black folks, always holler about, well, we don't ever get our just due. We don't get this, we don't get that, we don't get the other. Well, if you stop sitting on your ass, right, and go do some research, stop listening to what the next motherfucker done told you, right? And then 9 times out of 10, you'll be sitting up here, instead of watching me do a doggone video on Juneteenth, you'll be doing your own video on Juneteenth. Or act like really telling everybody, hey, don't you go celebrate that shit, right? Because, like I said, if slavery, so-called slavery happened, right? Then where the slave ships? They got all that shit in the motherfucking Smithsonian, but they ain't got not one slave ship there, right? And it's just for the simple fact, let's actually really stop and look at the timeline for a minute, right? Christopher Columbus came over here in 1492, right? So I forget the actual year, right? But I want to say it was like 1619, I believe, that all of this stuff is supposed to have started. So now the question becomes, okay, well, who the hell did Christopher Columbus see when he brought his ass over here? Right? So you just mean to tell me that the people, the natives of the land at that particular time, they just sitting out on the shore waiting for motherfuckers to come up. They just waiting to greet people like as if you was like what they do at Walmart, where as soon as you walk in the door, there's somebody to greet you. Is that what the fuck y'all actually really trying to tell me right now? This is what the fuck happened, right? And then it's just for the simple fact, you gotta look at, okay, everybody black ain't African, which, if you actually really stop and think about it, you know, you might want to actually really look at that and say, well, duh, right? Because Africa is a doggone continent, right? So, but again, I'm just like, okay, how you gonna put all these people on the ship, survive a 90+ day boat ride, people pissing and shitting on each other, causing disease, where the crew gonna sleep, where you know, and supplies, food and supplies last you 90 days, and then 9 times out of 10, you really don't know where the fuck you're going, right? So again, you know, somebody please explain that one to me. Like, really? You're celebrating, like I say, you're celebrating some shit that for the most part, you really don't have no earthly idea what it's truly about. You just going off what the fuck somebody that told you, as usual, right? But just like I said, and then the only reason why Biden doing it is because of political reasons, right? Or maybe he feel like that since the past 48 years of being in office, fucking over black folks, he said, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and make Juneteenth a national holiday. But here's the deal, President Biden, right? Just because you legalize this day doesn't count for all of the fuck ups that you've been doing to black folks ever since your ass been in office. You should have been doing a hell of a lot more than just doggone legalizing Juneteenth. Matter of fact, how about you just come out and just tell the truth that Juneteenth, slavery, or all that other shit, that it never actually really took place. How about you do that? You and your bitch ass vice president. So again, you got to stop, ask questions. Go to the elders in your family. Hell, I did. My grandmother, both of my grandmothers, when they were living, my great grandmother, right? You know, but then again, you got to look at it like this. That's just for shits and giggles, right? 1865 or 1864 is when slavery actually really ended. But this shit didn't happen until a year later, right? So I guess this is like, okay, well, somebody didn't get the memo. Or at least that's what it's, or at least that's what it seems to me. Somebody didn't get the memo. But just like I say, where all these slaves come from, where all of the slave ships, right? How did these people get captured in order for slavery to actually really take place? Even if it even took place. See, this is what I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all need to doggone ask questions. Always ask questions. Ain't nothing wrong with asking a question. If you think the sky is blue, then damn it, ask somebody, why is the sky blue? Right? Just as long as they don't give you that bullshit explanation talking about, well, when the sun hits the water and the water is blue, and the water is blue, that's why the sky is blue. Look, people, that water out there in them oceans is not blue. So stop. So please don't buy into that bullshit. Right? So, well, like I say, whatever question or questions that you feel necessary that you need to ask, you might want to ask somebody. Stop going off of what other motherfuckers tell you. Hell, don't even go off of what the shit that I tell you. Just like I say, go tune in, man. Sad that this don't make the YouTube. Oh, hey, look. I appreciate it. But I just look at it like this, you know. Sometimes, you know, I think that YouTube, they actually really pick and choose who they actually really want out there, because it's, you know, it's people that pretty much say the exact same thing that I say, right? But it's just because of how I'm saying it, then it won't be put out there like how everybody else. But my thing for you is, hey, look, if you know, if you tune in every time I do a show, right? Then just do like what I tell. Just do like what I tell everybody at the end of every show that I do. Hey, look, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your aunt, hell, tell everybody. You know, spread the word, because for like this, for those of us that actually really do tell it, right? Everybody ain't gonna hear it, but the only way that everybody actually really gonna hear what it is that we trying to say is that we try to put it out there the best way we can and know how. So, like I said, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. That you brought that up. So, but in another case, just do research. Always do research, and then even then, if you ain't too confident about the research that you just did, then dig deeper. Always dig deeper. And then just act like, for the most part, you can actually really look at it. You can actually really look at it today as far as like modern day travel goes. As far as like when you put stuff on a boat, and depending on where it's going, right? It's gonna take you anywhere from 30. It's gonna take you anywhere from 30 to 45 days on a boat today. And then here it is. We got all of the doggone technology possible. You got GPS. You got motorized boats, which you ain't got to worry about, which way that the wind was gonna blow in order to get to where you're going. Yeah. Okay. And so for the most part, that's just how you have to look at it. That's how you look at it. You put people, and then it's just for the simple fact. I'm also looking at the simple fact that, okay, I was in the Army 21 years. Now, when I went in, I passed the physical. I, had a clean board of health, right? I got the green light. But as soon as I got around other people in an open bay barracks, right, I got sick, right? And it me and like a couple other, probably like about half of the platoon got sick. And it wasn't because, and here's the deal, it was clean. It was clean, right? But it's just for the simple fact, when you get in a close proximity of people like that, regardless of how clean you are, how healthy you are, something is bound to happen. You're gonna get sick. So I mean, it is what it is. So when you actually really look at it, from that aspect, then you got to be like, okay, let's go back 400 years or 500 years or whatever, and look at it like, okay, well, damn, you know what? If it takes 45 days today, it went from 30 to 45 days today on a boat, and it's just for simple fact, you know where the fuck you going today on a boat. You can just imagine how it was back then. Just know, a lot of motherfuckers didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it. And for the ones that did, hell, they were so sick beyond belief. The only thing that you can actually do to them people there, hey, look, don't put them out. Go ahead and put them out their misery. So again, all this talk about slavery, all this talk about making this a national holiday, and I'm like, what the fuck for? Like, really, what the fuck for? And then, like I say, all of it is due to politics, right? Motherfuckers will do anything and everything possible to keep that to keep the seat that they have. So, like I say, so just know this, but like this, Joe Biden, right, and Kamala Harris They only doing this shit for political reasons. For like this, if they felt like that they felt like this, they wouldn't have did it if no finance. It felt like this if they didn't think that they really want to go and get anything out of it later on. I mean, granted the fact, this is still early. This is still early in their campaign or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. Watch when it comes time for them to get reelected, that they won't bring this same shit back up again. And it's about, oh, well, we made Juneteenth a national holiday. Okay. And your point is, you did that, and the shit what you talk about never actually, like, in all honesty, it never took place in the first place. So tell me another one. But it is what it is, people. That's, I mean, but like, see, but everybody's not gonna see it. That's how they pull these corona BS. That's why kids get sick when they first go back to school. Even if they weren't sick in the summer. Sickness is really just your body healing itself. Yeah. True. Sickness is when, yeah. So again, it's again, everybody, see where I'm going with this. So, I mean, just like I say, because just like I say, we got the technology, medicine, so-called medicines, that actually really to be like, okay, well, hey, look, if we get sick, then yeah, we can take this, we can do this, take this, whatever, then you be over with, right? So, but hell, back then, I'm pretty sure that they had, remedies get passed down from generation to generation, right? But I'm just looking at it like this: if your ass is on a boat, right? Guess what? You just on a boat, right? And then it's just for some fact, everybody in there pissing and shitting on each other. That right there is going to be enough. That right there is going to be enough for disease to happen. Disease, sickness. Then the shit gets airborne. Okay? And before you know it, everybody on the boat sick. But okay, yeah, slavery happened, right? You can't, where the doggone slave ships? Okay? And like I said, they done found dinosaur bones, Noah's Ark, they done found all kind of shit. But they ain't found not one slave ship. And then I remember, like, when the guy last year when I did this, he was saying, well, they found, but they didn't put like this. They say they found some wood somewhere that might have been part of one of the slave ships that actually really came to America. But even then, they were saying it was inconclusive, right? So again, and then you also gotta look at it like this, right? To have a ship, to have a ship that big to carry X amount of 300 plus people, and to, like I say, and you're really not taking care of them like how they should be. So to, like I say, even if they did, you're still not going to make that trip. You're still not going to make that trip because, for one, you ain't gonna know where the fuck you're going. Two, all of the storms that may happen out there in the ocean or whatever, which I'm pretty sure that any boats during that time frame probably couldn't withstand that type of pressure. So guess what? If the sickness didn't get you, the weather most definitely did. right? So again, I'm just like, where we going? Or where they going with this? Where they going with this bullshit lie, y'all? Like, really? Where are they going with this bullshit lie? But hey, it is what it is. I just thought that I would put my little spill on this and then here's another thing too, right? Here it is come 15 days from today, or 16 days from today, right? The country as a whole supposed to be celebrating its independence. Independence from who? Right? And because I didn't look at it like this, right? If you don't like what the fuck is going, put like this, you get up and you leave from one country to another. Because for whatever reason, you want a better life for yourself, right? You pack your shit and leave, right? So where all this stuff about, oh, well, we gotta fight for our independence. So the question that I gotta ask again, question that you gotta answer. So what actually really went down for the United States at that particular time to be talking about gotta fight Great Britain or whatever for independence? What did you steal, motherfucker? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Somebody stole something. Somebody stole something. Somebody's mama got slapped. Somebody's child got pregnant. Something happened. But even then, right? That ain't no reason to be talking about, oh, well, we gonna fight y'all. If y'all want y'all independence, then y'all gotta fight us. How that work? Where they do that at? I'm gonna do a video on this one too. All right, hey, yeah, go ahead, do that. Let people, let's put the word out. Let's get this information out to everybody possible. Everybody. Have it where everybody will start asking questions. Asking, hey, what really went down? And then here's something else. And Dane Calloway said this. If considering how so-called white folks didn't like so-called black folks back then, right? Do you really think they gonna give us their surname? I mean, yeah, they might have been people, might have been classified as property, right? But it's too easy for me to say, hey, that's mine over there. I ain't necessarily got to put my last name on it. Hell, I ain't even got to put my name on it. Just know that right over there, or them right over there, they belong to me, right? So again, the questions. Always ask questions. Yeah, I know I sound like an old broke ass rock, but guess what? If you don't say this stuff over and over and over, right, then it won't catch. It won't catch like it's supposed to. So, in other case, people, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross the street, round the corner. Carlos Harris, aka the crazy uncle. Start asking questions, people. Ask questions. Always ask questions. Do your research. Till next time.